As soon as, yeah, there you go. Thank you, Joe. Okay, so I'd like to welcome everybody to the 2026 Seattle King County Severe Weather RFP information session. My name is Shawnee Jones, and I serve as one of the procurement coordinators on the procurement team. I'm joined by a couple of my colleagues that serve as supportive roles or subject matter experts for this particular procurement. So if you guys don't mind, I would just like you to come off mute just to introduce yourselves real quick so folks know who is in the space and a part of this procurement.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Hi, everyone. My name is Jo Bechtold, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm the procurement specialist, so I'll be supporting Shawnee. And I know I've emailed and been in contact with a bunch of y'all, so thanks for being here. And I'll pass to Tony.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tony Machacha. I use he, him pronouns. I am the Emergency Operations Manager at KCRHA, and I typically will be the manager running the Severe Weather Response Program. And I'll pass this on to Mo.
Good afternoon. It's Mudu. I go by Mo. I am with Tony in the emergency operations. I serve the community as the emergency operations coordinator, and I'll be supporting in these efforts. And is there anyone else from KCRD here, Tony?
No, that is it. So thank you all for that. Okay, so we have, we're going to get started. So again, this is the information session for the 2026 Seattle King County Severe Weather RFP. And so just a little bit for our agenda today, we'll go over the procurement process, then we'll go over the timeline so you know what to expect. We'll break down the scope of work, what we're actually asking agencies to do. We'll touch on the contract requirements, and I'll also go over how applications are scored and rated. And then we'll give a quick overview of Salesforce, which, you know, all of our procurements or applications are in Salesforce. And then finally, we'll leave a little time at the end for questions and answers, so you can get all of your questions answered today, hopefully. So first, KCRHA funding opportunities, also referred to as procurements or procurement processes, all go through a similar process. But just please note that each procurement type has its own unique requirements. So before a procurement process is posted, we post a notice of funding availability, or a NOFA, to our funding opportunities website. This includes information on how much funding may become available, the type of procurement process that is expected, when we estimate it to open, pretty much all information associated with the upcoming RFP or procurement type. We post the procurement process to our funding opportunities webpage, and it includes all requirements and processes for the funding, requirements to apply, and timeline of all key dates. Examples of funding processes used are requests for proposals, requests for qualifications, which you all should be familiar with because you had to pre-qualify through that process to be eligible for this. And sometimes we have requests for quotations. Then we host an information session for every procurement to review the process and requirements and to give agencies an opportunity to ask any questions. We then post the recording to our YouTube channel, also our website, and then we post a Q&A document to our webpage that includes the questions and our responses and links to the recording in the document. Agencies are able to ask questions to procurement staff via email at the rfp@kcrha.org email address until the last day listed in the procurement. We do ask that agencies do not contact other staff about the funding opportunities, just to ensure that you get the fastest response and that it is a fair process. And any questions we receive, we answer via the Q&A document, so all agencies have the same information. And then we respond to your email within 24 to 48 business hours and include that to the document as well. So if you email us, then we update the Q&A page, just so, again, that this is just a transparent process and all agencies have the same information. So if awarded, agencies move on to contract negotiations. If your agency is awarded, you will engage with the contracts team, which will help you work through the contract negotiations and contract signing. And some of the other teams that you engage with are the programs team, which will assign you a contract specialist who will be your main contact with KCRHA for the extent of your contract. They will provide technical assistance for your program type and also provide contract monitoring. They're there to help you and like really support your agency with whatever contract that you have with KCRHA. Community Impact will work with your agency to connect you with HMIS and provide training on connect you with the homelessness management information system and provide training on HMIS as well. They are a data team and will also review performance based on the performance outcomes developed during the procurement process and contract negotiations. And they're also there to support you and offer you insight into the health of the program. You'll also engage with our compliance team, who also does contract monitoring and auditing. They ensure agencies are meeting their contract obligations and are meeting federal and local requirements and our minimum eligibility requirements at KCRJ. So through this procurement, we expect to award multiple agencies. The funding from this particular procurement comes from multiple fund sources. So one being the City of Seattle, which is providing $596,370, King County $100,000, East King County $68,547, North King County is contributing $64,871, which makes the total available funding $829,788. Please note that all awarded funds must be fully spent by December 31st of 2026. So again, all of our funding processes typically follow a similar structure. So for this particular procurement, it was released on September 19th. This is the one and only information session today on September 24th. The last day to ask questions to the procurement team is October 1st at 5 p.m. The application deadline is October 20th of 2025 at 11:59 p.m. We anticipate denial notifications going out the week of November 5th. Appeals would then be due by November 12th or the week of November 12th. We anticipate award notifications going out on November 14th, and we have a goal contract start date of January 1st. So this particular contract will run January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026. So the selected providers will support individuals experiencing homelessness in Seattle and King County through under one of the following program areas. So your agency can choose either one or all three, which are shelter services, basic needs provisions, or referral and support services. Applicants can apply to one or more program areas and are encouraged to apply to the program area that best aligns with their organizational capacity and area of expertise. So again, this procurement is only open to applicants that were approved through either the Q1 or what are we calling it? Q3, right? The Q1 or Q3 severe weather RFQ. So as long as you went through that process and you were approved, then you are eligible to apply for the 2026 Seattle King County severe weather RFP. So we did something a little different with this procurement. Operational management is still a part of this procurement. It's not, you'll see in the application that it's not like a standalone like the previous one. The operational management component is weaved into each program area. So you would still need to demonstrate that you can develop protocols for opening and closing shelters and or support services and or supply provisions based on severe weather conditions, work with local government agencies, emergency management, and community partners to ensure effective resource allocation, and conduct regular assessments of shelter or support services and/or supply distribution operations based on feedback and evolving community needs. Excuse me. So for program area 1, which is shelter services, there are a few key expectations around the shelter operations that you will provide. First, agencies need to be able to activate emergency shelter within 24 to 72 hours. This is critical for quick response during severe weather. Shelter can take a few different forms: congregate, non-congregate, or hotel or motel based. So there's flexibility in the model that you choose. The shelter itself needs to be safe and low barrier, offering things like climate control, hygiene facilities, and meals to support guests' basic needs. Operationally, this includes everything from staffing and intake to storage, transportation, sanitation, and food coordination. We're also looking for teams with training in first aid, de-escalation, trauma-informed care, and culturally responsive approaches. And agencies will also need to coordinate referrals with other partners and track and report data to support compliance and continuous improvement. If you're using the hotel or motel model, you'll need a system for distributing vouchers for temporary lodging when needed. And finally, we ask that the client to staff ratio be around 20:1 to ensure people are getting the attention and support that they need and deserve. So program area 2 is focused on meeting immediate essential needs during severe weather events. Agencies should be prepared to distribute essential supplies, weather appropriate things like blankets, warm clothing, cooling supplies, or smoke protection. Provide hygiene kits, including water, soap, sanitizer, and personal care items, and offer meals and beverages to guests. And lastly, we want to ensure that access to hygiene facilities such as showers and restrooms are available as well. So program area 3, referrals and support services, focuses on helping guests move beyond emergency shelter by connecting them to long-term supports. Agencies should be prepared to connect guests to housing, healthcare, and behavioral health or substance use treatment services. Also partner with service providers to offer coordinated care that meets a range of needs, and have trained staff on site who can make warm handoffs and provide referrals and support guests through service navigation. Also helping guests get to where they need to go by coordinating transportation to shelters, appointments, or service locations. As far as data management and reporting goes, agencies are expected to maintain accurate records of client engagement and program outcomes. This includes entering and updating client data in HMIS, and regular reporting is required on key metrics such as service delivery, client progress, and overall program effectiveness. So let's take a quick look at what's covered under allowable costs for this funding. These include things like staff salaries, fringe benefits, and admin costs. You can also use funds for hotel and motel vouchers, both for clients and staff who can't get home during severe weather events. Facility-related expenses are eligible too, whether you're operating a congregate or non-congregate shelter. Supportive services like meals, case management, housing search, employment support, mobile medical care, transportation to shelters, and severe weather supplies are all allowed as well. On the other side, some of the unallowable costs includes anything that is not directly connected to severe weather response or anything that does not align with the funding guidelines. So things such as construction costs, computers and software, retailer or merchant gift cards, vouchers, or any certificate like that can be exchanged for cash or that allow the recipient to purchase alcohol or tobacco. Those type of things are not allowed. We just ask that you review the full application online for a more detailed list of allowable and unallowable costs. Some of the contracting requirements. Applicants must agree to adhere to KCRJ's minimum eligibility requirements, which can be found on our website. And yeah, again, in this case, all applicants have already met these requirements through the severe weather RFP. We will work collaboratively to establish and evaluate performance metrics with each awardee, which will be incorporated into your project service agreement or your PSA. All funded agencies will participate in data collection through the King County Homeless Management Information System to evaluate and improve the quality of their programming, good neighbor agreement, and a safety plan for fires and other relevant emergencies. More contracting terms in the RFP in the actual application. And I want to highlight this specific term due to the nature of the funding request. So contracts will be between KCRHA and the awarded agency only. Contracts may be amended based on community need or funding changes. Compliance with KCRHA Master Service Agreement is required. You're expected to maintain records. KCRHA may audit for up to 7 years after project completion. Please submit all required reports and billings for reimbursement. Must protect all confidential information from unauthorized use or disclosure. So again, you can visit the actual application for full details on the contracting terms. So as far as minimum eligibility documents, agencies, again, I just want to reiterate that agencies are not required to submit the minimum eligibility or financial documents for this procurement because you have already submitted them through the severe weather RFQ process. So for this particular procurement, you will not upload any of the usual financial or minimum eligibility documents again. You don't have to do that work again. Excuse me. So applications will be rated out of 100 points for the following criteria. The proposed program is 55 points, staffing is 15 points, racial equity and social justice is 15 points, data management and fiscal systems is 10 points, and the budget is 5 points. We do want to note that within the application, there is a bonus section, like additional 5 points for applicants that propose to expand the number of severe weather beds or beds per night. Okay, so this section outlines how to manage your account in Salesforce, in the Salesforce portal. So before an organization can apply for funding on the portal, on the Salesforce portal, they have to register their organization. To register a new organization, you click on Register Your Agency button near the middle of the page. The new agency registration page will open and application denial and appeal will prompt you to enter your agency's UEI number. You'll want to enter it in the box beneath UEI. If no duplicate UEI is found, you would then be prompted to enter in your contact information. If a duplicate UEI is found, an account has already been created for your agency. So you'll want to follow the instructions in the how to reset your password section for next steps. Then you'll click submit and you'll be navigated to the portal's homepage. So if you are an agency previously registered in Flux, our old system, you should have an account. And so you'll, to log into the new grants management portal, you'll navigate to the new grants management portal through the KCRHA grants website. You will then be prompted to enter your login credentials. If it's your first time logging in, you'll follow the guidance below to reset your password. If you've forgotten your password or you need to set up your account, you can reset it or set it by going to navigate to the grants management portal login screen. Select the forgot your password text below the green sign in button. You will be navigated to the reset password page. You'll enter your username in the box and select reset password. Next, check the email account associated with your username for instructions on how to reset your password. And then always just if you have to go that route, remember to look in your spam folder where automatic messages sometimes filter. And if you still cannot log in, if you have any issues with Salesforce logging in, you'll want to contact grantadmin@kcrha.org for assistance. So this is the oh, excuse me. So this is the Salesforce what am I saying? The not the landing page, but if you have any if you need to do any application review or for more information, you'll want to click on this link here, the kcrha.org, and this will take you to like in-depth system guidance, training videos, or to book a troubleshooting session with the grants team. And if you want more information about KCRHA's funding opportunities, we ask that you please visit our website or contact the procurement team at rfp@kcrha.org. This particular page under our funding opportunities on our website has information about the NOFAs, any current or live procurements, and then also this is where the question and answers for the particular procurement lives. So again, if you have any questions after this info session or any questions about the procurement, and up until October 1st, we ask that you please contact us at rfp@kcrha.org. And that is the end of the info session. We can open it up for questions and answers now. If folks have questions, and please feel free just to come off mute and we can popcorn it. This is meant to be more conversational than anything. Hey, Troy.
Hi, Shani. Thanks. Is there a maximum dollar amount for each applicant?
Good question. I would say to apply, and Tony and Mo, please feel free to chime in, but I would say please apply for what you think your agency needs to have a sustainable program.
Okay.
Tony or Mo, if you have any other and different response, please chime in.
This is Tony. So when I think just like the previous RFPs, we have the amount listed that is available, and so I would say if like the maximum listed is technically the maximum you can apply for, but I also know that our aim is to support as many different centers and sites. So practically, we are going to be looking to distribute this money as widely as possible to as many centers as possible. And currently, we have about, I'd say 25 projects. So depending on how many people apply, we'd probably be looking at distributing the money amongst 10 to 15 organizations. But like Shani said, ask for what you need to run a sustainable program. This is 2026 funding, so it's going to be running for the entire year. So you need to ask for money that you know will be able to run you through the January severe weather, January, February, March for cold. And then usually there's a summer responses, and then there might be a couple of other, maybe some smoke response in October, November, and then a little bit of the early December, early winter response next year. Yeah.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. And this is county-wide, correct? This is all of, okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Hello, will preference be given to organizations that are already running these programs?
I wouldn't know. And I think if I look at these announcements again, I think we've stated that what preference will be given to based on the funding directives of the funders. We have not been giving any special preference to those who already are incumbent or are doing this work already. We'll be just looking pretty much at what you're proposing and how it aligns with our larger picture of doing coordinating the work around the county, doing more regional sheltering work. So whether you're new or an old hand, you stand an equal chance of being funded just based on the merit of the application.
Yeah, if I can add to that too, just based on feedback from previous rater panels, really like answer the questions thoroughly and like really what am I trying to say? Like especially for that proposed program, you really want to provide a really strong narrative of what it is that you're proposing to do. Because that's more than half the points too, right? It's 55 points for that proposed program. So you really want to pay attention to how you respond to all questions, but really give good details, explanations, descriptions. I always say like write a story for the proposed program, but you really, want the rater panel to get an idea of what it is that you're proposing to do.
And on that, I would say, I think many of you know these, but talk to your programs team, talk to the actual program managers and those who are implementing the work. So you put together a proposal that makes really good sense from a story perspective and also from the operational and implementation perspective. So when raters look at it, when we look at it, it makes sense all around.
Good questions. Any other questions? Okay. If we don't have any other questions, we have the gift of time. And again, if something comes to you, tomorrow or the next couple days, please reach out to us again at the rfp@kcrha.org email. Troy, did you have another question or?
No, I just wanted to thank you all for your work putting this together, as well as your commitment to make sure that we're able to serve as many people as possible during severe weather. It means a lot to us and our communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Okay. Well, I hope you all can get some lunch and have enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Take care.